Hello, garden friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's Candace with Balcony Bounty. I know it has been a minute, so welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new here, my name is Candace, and I make videos showing container gardening on my balcony in a suburban setting. I owe you all an apology for not posting videos in several months. I had a lot going on in 2025, so I was sort of in the garden, but not that much. I actually have, I think, two videos that I did film last year in the fall. One harvesting carrots, and another of just a garden update that I never posted. So you may see those. I figure maybe some people were still interested in what was going on in the garden back then. I just wanted to do a quick little update, say hi, and the weather's actually pretty decent. I'm filming this in January. Don't know when it'll get posted, but it is January right now. I am in zone 7. So it's winter, it's cold, but we actually had above 50 degrees. I think it's about 52 right now. Overcast. You can overcast weather, but 50 feels good compared to like 20s and 30s, and there's no wind. So no wind chill factor today. But I figured it would be a good time for me to jump out here and try to clean up because I just sort of left the garden. um, I attempted a few fall crops, didn't really happen. I'll show you guys, but I just want to clean up what's left because it looks pretty bad. But thanks again for coming back and for still watching me after this long break or seeing my channel for the first time. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of what the garden looks like now, and then I will start taking some things out, throwing them away, and getting ready for next year. It's almost time to start seeds. I just actually looked up my estimated last frost date, which is April, like the week of April 10th, between April 10th and April 17th. So I plan to start some seeds in late February to give me about like 10 weeks or so before that frost date. So hopefully we can get an early start to the garden this year. And I'll have some great videos for you coming up. So let's see where we are now, and then let's get it cleaned up. All right. We'll start over here. This was petunias. Is green peppers. There were still some on there growing by the time the frost hit. These more petunias. These and the other ones, they just self-seeded themselves. I had beets in here. I started these um, in the fall. I guess they're not fully dead, but not growing, as you can see. But I'm gonna pull all these up. This was a petunia that self-seeded. There's an onion that I planted. I think I planted these in early spring and they kind of died and then came back. This right here was an orange hat tomato, a determinate variety, Baker Creek seeds. You can see there were got quite a few from there. Then this was my strawberries. These were other plants. I think this was a, oh, what do you call those? It'll come to me. This was Sweet William. Tried, I think I tried maybe lavender or rosemary there. This is some kale that lactano kale that I planted. I want to say maybe in November. I actually have some still growing indoors under grow lamps inside. Not sure what to do with that, but I thought it was actually fully dead, but I see it's still alive. But the frost got it. We had some pretty cold weather. We've had snow also already this year. Okay, I remember these were cosmos. They were beautiful. Maybe you'll see it in a late update video. And then this was zinnia. Cute. This was a tomato. There's one still left from it. I think it was a Berkeley tie-dye, if I'm not mistaken. And then that was a petunia that had self-seeded. And lastly, in this uh, table, a little side table that I need to throw away because it's disintegrating. I had marigolds here, and then this was bachelor buttons. And there's some, you can see where it's self seeded, and there's more coming up. But this is bad, very bad. So this will be going out in the garbage. All right, so that was the update. Now I'm gonna clean up. Okay, so I will just take you guys along as I'm cleaning up the various areas. I'm gonna be quick, so won't take too long. Get my gloves on, and I have two right gloves, so I'll be back with the left glove. Okay, we have a right and a left glove. So I'm gonna get started. Like I said, this will be pretty quick. And I'll just chat as we're going. There's some things behind the camera I'm gonna clean up. But yeah, this winter, I mean this past summer, the weather, it seemed like it took it a while to get like really warm. And then it got extremely hot. And so the garden just, I don't know, it just, I'm trying to remember now. I don't think we got a lot of rain this summer. So it just wasn't the best growing conditions. And like I said, I was busy. So I didn't pay as much attention as I probably should have, as far as like making sure I was watering enough and trying to control the weeds that came up. Ooh, this has some good roots. So I'm gonna leave what's in here, see if maybe they'll spring up early in the spring. This out. Fully expecting a lot of marigolds just to volunteer. It's like I said, I didn't do the best job cleaning, so there were tons of like these left. And with marigolds, like these are seeds. You can see those, like those are all seeds. So really, you can buy marigolds once, and you don't really need to buy them again. All right. So, like I said, this will go in the garbage. I actually got this for free. Like someone left it like on the curb, and they just posted it to I think next door, and they were like free. All right, so we're gonna move over here. So this tomato didn't do that great. I didn't get a ton of tomatoes off of it this year. I did, like previous years, I planted like 3 or 4 different varieties of tomatoes. This year I decided just to do 2. I did the orange hat, which are determinate, and then these Berkeley tie-dyes, which are indeterminate, just to scale back. One, I knew I was not going to have time, and 2, just the space. But I think next year I'll go back to maybe doing a few more so I can have some better luck. Ooh, strong root there. Save the soil. So, this is kind of ungardening related, but life update. So, I was so busy last year because I actually bought a house. I bought it back in 2024, actually in October, as an investment property. It was a foreclosure. So, I got a really good deal on it. But because it was a foreclosure, of course, it needed a lot of work. And I didn't have a lot of money after buying it. So I did hire contractors to do like the interior, like it needed the kitchen, paint, holes in the drywall. Um, Bathroom was a full gut, new floors, um, new HVAC system, new hot water heater, all new appliances. So the people that lived there like left a lot of junk also. So there was a lot that needed to be done to the outside. So to save money, I did what I could do on my own as far as the outside. So like there were trees that needed to be cut down, and my cousin helped me. He has a lot of tools. He has chainsaws and um, actually bought a reciprocating saw. Very fun. Highly recommend. So he helped me quite a bit just to get the brush. And I did record all this, so I don't want to include it on this channel since it's not really balcony gardening, but I may, like, it's still, like, I still have all the videos saved. But, yeah, so it was a lot of exterior work. I had to get, had junk hauled away 3 separate times with junk removal companies. That was quite an experience. Um, and again, my cousin hauled away some stuff too. So that just took up a lot of time. And like I said, I was trying to save money. So all that stuff I did on myself, but probably in the long run, it would have been cheaper just to hire somebody to do it all because the time the house sat empty, it's rented now, yay. But the time it sat empty with me paying the mortgage myself, um, was like wasted had I maybe just hired someone. So, life lesson. Sometimes you try to save $1 up front, but in the long run, it costs you more. So that was like that pretty much took all my time. Like I work, so and the house is like a little over an hour away from me, so it's not close. So I would pretty much weekends when I wasn't working, like I work some weekends when I wasn't working at my regular job, I was at the house working on different things. Um, like I said, and then winter, like so I bought it in October. The inside was renovated. That finished up in I think early January. But then winter came, so the ground was frozen. So a lot of the junk and stuff still on the outside we couldn't like take care of. The fence also. Oh yeah, me and my cousin we built part of the fence and replaced like broken panels also. So, but you can't do that when the ground's frozen. So that took some time. My mom helped. So then spring came around, and then it has a pretty big backyard. So it'd be great for a garden if I decide to live there one day myself. So, but then spring came, and then the grass started growing. So then I'd have to go and cut the grass um, every so often. So, but ended up finally getting rented in September. So almost a full year. I'm gonna trim these strawberries. Hopefully I'm not harming it. I think last year I just left it, but I'm gonna cut all the dead leaves. Hopefully they should just grow back. I just need it to look a little better. You know, I live in a condo, so shared space. So you can see my balcony from the parking lot. So all this stuff isn't very appealing to the eye. Right. This is that orange hat tomato. Hopefully oops. Hopefully you guys can actually see it. What? This is going fairly quickly. Alrighty. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you all would be interested in any of the footage I took of like cleaning up the outside of the property. I got to work a chainsaw for the first time. That was kind of exciting, very liberating, empowering. But I was kind of thinking maybe just starting a separate channel geared more to real estate investing. Because I wanted, like, I did a mentor program with a local real estate investor. So I learned from him, but there was so much I didn't know going into it. And I learned a lot, and I definitely have a lot more to learn. I would like to buy more investment properties, but one, I'm recovering financially now because that, like I said, I had to replace like everything, HVAC, hot water heater, all that stuff that I actually wasn't expecting to have to do. So, yeah, it was a big financial hit. So I'm still recovering from that. So I don't think we'll be buying any properties this year. But yeah, I want to do more. So, and I think on that note, we are done. That did not take long at all. I think I'm gonna leave those beets. So this is what we have. I didn't mention this earlier. I had asparagus in there. Left the kale. Left the onion. Left the beets. Actually, let me get. I'll keep these three. They look semi-viable. And then that, that, and that. So on that note, we are done. Thank you all for watching this video and coming back again if you're a repeat viewer after such a long break and listening to me chat about my life and everything. But look out for hopefully those videos from last year that were never posted, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.